Greetings and welcome everyone to an all-you-can-geek movie cast. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod
Yo, yo.
and Tony
Hey,
Korkanakis.
hey, hey.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We are live right now, Twitch, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us for these live broadcasts. If you can't be on the live ones, we've got all the content over on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. That way you know when we post or when we go live. Either way, subscribe to both channels, and you'll get the prompt like I just did on our Twitch because I just saw we went live. Also leave us a comment. Love to hear from you guys. If you can't chat live with us, come on in your chat. If you can't, leave us a comment. And all the audio stuff streaming, we can still where you can get us on like Spotify, Apple, podcasts. I think we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, stuff like that. Wherever you get your podcasts, I think you'll find our feeds.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, this is the game. This is the Moviecast. This is the Moviecast, and it is kind of a doozy. What we've been up to, I took Tony's advice real quick last week, and I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters with my stepdaughter.
Nice.
And she has watched it about maybe 8 times. It's maybe more. I don't know. It was very good though. It was a very entertaining show. Very catchy tunes. A very
It's a movie,
bridge
right?
the
It's
gap.
not a
Yeah, it's a movie. It's an
show.
hour 40 minutes movie. It's like I said, the tunes are really catchy, like Tony said last week. Very catchy. They get stuck in your head. Like Golden is just stuck in my head, and I think that's moving up on the charts in the music you posted. I saw on the news.
I just posted.
Yeah, the audio, the soundtrack for this thing has been very popular with people. It's amazing how many people have seen it, and it's like a gateway for anime. It's not really true anime because it's done by Sony Pictures, but it's pretty
Everything
close.
is anime these days, right? Everything is anime.
It's true.
And I've been saying this for
Yeah.
years. I'll be touting that horn. You can't escape anime. You can't.
Yeah.
Not even Major League Baseball. You can't. You can't escape it. It's just a matter of
No,
time until
no.
it gets to football and basketball.
Yeah, yep.
I mean,
So it
they've
was
done
very good.
collaborations with basketball already.
Oh,
haven't
I
they?
missed it then, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
My bad.
I think the Golden State Warriors did something.
Okay, well, then it's just football then, I guess. We're waiting for...
Football. Well, football does their schedule releases like that. Remember, they have the anime style schedule releases for the Chargers and stuff. So they do have anime inspired things already. So I'd be shocked if we don't get a crossover, like you said, for like a show.
An official one, yeah.
An official one, yeah. All right. Other than that, I did get to the movies last week. Like I said, I did see Superman. We recorded just before I ran over to the theater real quick to watch that movie. Yeah. So I can't say it enough. Like
2 weeks in a row without Mike.
yeah, is it the perfect movie? No. Is it an
no.
awesome movie? I wouldn't even go that far. Is it very good? Absolutely. It is a very good movie. It is. I loved it. You can say great. I can say very good as well, but I loved it for what we got. It's kind of weird in the beginning, and I know why, and I don't give any spoilers. It's weird in the beginning, and then it finds its footing and goes. And when it does, it's awesome. And it's a comic book movie. It's kind of feels vintage comic book. Kind of has that vintage feel, which is really cool. His
What does
style
that
is
mean,
there.
Jim? What does vintage mean?
Like it means like a Silver Age comic kind of style. It's not like a 50s thing, but it is weird universe kind of thing. So it's got some inspirations from the old style Superman comic books. It is a comic book movie. It's like you're reading a comic book, but you're seeing it in a movie. Like that's the best way to describe it. And I think that's the difference. And I think Tony, I said this to you we were away last weekend, and the best thing I can say, the best thing is Superman. Did you guys know Superman is a Boy Scout? Because he's a Boy Scout.
Good.
That's the best thing I can say about this movie. He truly is a Boy Scout in this movie, and that is what makes it super. It is just, it's bright, entertaining, funny. Nathan Fillion is incredible, and Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I heard people come around on his character, at least from what I've seen on Twitter. Just like people like, is that whole like, I think Shaq meme or what, where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with your game, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I actually completely I had a really clever intro to say to everybody, 1A. That's all I keep saying. It's out of context for everybody, but 1A. It's great if you've seen the movie, you'll get it. But it's just such a great launching point for this universe. It's the right choice for it. We got a good Superman movie. Now the real thing is don't wait give us a sequel and don't wait to give us that sequel. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Build off of this. And I think Supergirl next year, I'm more excited for now after this movie. You can see what he's doing. James Gunn's cooking pretty well with this whole thing. He's got a plan. Beforehand, I don't know if we thought they had a plan, but they definitely have a plan. And it gets revealed from here. And so I'm really excited for next year. I do think we will see Superman and Supergirl. I do think we will. And I don't know how much, but it's a very good movie. I would probably give it 8.5. I'm probably at 8.5, but I'm biased a little bit. So I get the 8 reviews or even the 7.5s. I could see that. But is it a 9? Probably not. But it's excellent. It's fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun is the best way to say it. It's an easy watch. You could rewatch this movie a lot. That's always a good sign. Watchability. And Lex Luthor. I can't. Wow. That's it. Lex Luthor. Awesome. Nicholas Hoult, loved it. Absolutely loved him in that role. So I almost forgot to mention that. I had to mention that because I thought it was fantastic. So I'd love to hear you guys' impressions. Even the viewers, if you guys saw it, let me know. Let us know. And I know Tony's going to go see it. I think, Corey, you're going to go see it at some point. I don't know.
I saw it already.
I was
I
going to
did
say,
see
he
it.
changed
So
his
what'd you think?
background. It's the Fortress
I know that, but I thought he was just hyping me up. So what'd you think?
I should have gone first, maybe.
No, go ahead. Give me your gripes.
Uh-oh.
Give me your gripes.
Well, I thought it was a little boring,
Ooh.
Okay.
and it took some time.
Okay.
Uh,
I was trying to allude to that at the beginning. Takes a while to find its
Yeah.
footing.
So this is not a spoiler because this is the first thing that happens. It does like
Mhm.
this whole like 300 years ago, metahumans came to Earth or whatever, and then
let me stop you this.
3 decades ago, Superman arrives on Earth. 3 years, it's like this three
It's
thing.
a 3-3,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like 3 hours, Superman loses his first fight, and that's the beginning of the movie, and that's how it starts. And so, fine, he's been Superman for 3 years, so we're not doing an origin story, which
He was
great. I
James
love
Gunn was
that.
adamant.
That
James
was-
Gunn was adamant about that.
That's a great move.
Yeah.
But now you're assuming, which most people know, you're assuming everybody knows Superman's origin, and so you're just jumping right in. But if people don't really know Superman's origin, because we didn't have a Superman movie in a long time, like they have no idea what's going on. I just felt, to me, there was no context for what was happening on the screen. And so I just didn't think the movies
Flowed well.
it didn't have a good flow for me. I think individual moments were good, and I
Yeah.
will say the heart of the Superman, like what that it hit home for me as far as what Superman's heart,
Stands for.
where it's at, where like why he's doing what he's doing, what he's there for, and all that stuff. Because there is a controversy with that in the movie itself, and that's the linchpin a little bit
Yes.
of what gives motivations to Luthor, and Nicholas Hoult acts fantastic, but
I think he's
for
great.
for the character, I think he was one of the weaker like versions of Lex, in my opinion.
Wait, so you're putting him up against what? This
I think
disagree
Michael
with
Rosenberg or
vehemently.
whatever. Smallville's better.
Okay, Smallville
I feel
is
like
good. Yes.
he's he's
Gene
better.
Hackman's, I would say no.
This again, you don't get any backstory or context to what's happening, and so I didn't care. I had no feelings towards the
Yeah.
character because I didn't understand until it is such a convoluted way. And there's a character in this movie that's the turning point of this film. I have no idea why they're there. Like, why does this guy have this character around? Tell me that. It's like, it makes no sense. And then, like, Crypto, fun, fine. It's fun. Again,
Yeah.
everything individually, great. It's all, but it doesn't come together for me as a movie. And I really wanted this movie. I think maybe because I wanted this movie to be more than it is for me. It didn't hit as much as I was hoping.
I think a lot of that has to do with the 2-hour runtime. I think it could have been 2.5 and given you what you wanted. I feel like because I understand the gripe. Like I said that in the beginning. Like I feel like it took about a half an hour to find its footing, and that's due to the fact that he was adamant about not doing an origin story. I feel like he just
and that's
threw it.
again like that makes the rewatchability better because now you don't have to sit through an origin story.
That's what I'm saying.
And all that.
Like the watchability is very high because of this. Yeah.
I don't care to see this movie again, personally.
I love it. I'll see it again.
I think Nathan Fillion was great, but he's just doing the same thing he always does in every movie.
I don't understand how you didn't like
And
Nicholas Holt. Like that is the most
I
menacing
didn't say
Luther
I
we've
didn't
ever
like it. I
had.
thought Nicholas Holt was fantastic. I didn't think his motivations, the character, and what he was doing made any sense to me. As
That
the
makes no sense.
smartest human in the world, what are you doing here? Like, there's so many plot holes in this film, and I just, if we do a
He says
spoiler,
it.
it's just like, oh,
He says it.
There's this one part that I guess I saw in like the final trailer or final whatever, a clip where Superman barges in on Lex and he's like, "Where's the dog?" And it's like, "The dog? I don't know what you're talking about." And I don't know, like it's just like this 1 minute scene or 2 minute scene, whatever it was. But out of context, I was like, "This is kind of cringe." Like, he like takes a sip of coffee and like said something like the dog with the cape or whatever like that. I'm just like, bro, like Superman has super hearing. What do you talk? What
Yeah.
you think he's not gonna hear you whispering? Like,
there's so many points in this film where the Superman problem pops up. It's like he could have done this, he could have done that, he could have done this and that and that and that. And problem is knowing all these things. It's just it distracted me from the film a little bit. But I do like Holt in this role. I think he plays it fantastic. I just wish I had more context to why he is so hell bent on destroying Superman.
Oh,
there's
no reason. Have that motive?
He literally says it at the end. He
Right.
literally says it at the end.
Right, Jim. 2 hours into the movie.
I know it's at the end.
Watching 2 hours, like, what is this guy? Why?
You didn't get the vibe that was the whole reasoning? Like,
that's
why I know he was doing
assuming they're making you make assumptions for things, but they're not. For me, they weren't giving me enough. Like, he's like, oh, they're gonna have this
again,
this other country come into play and all this other stuff happening, and it's just like, who cares? It doesn't matter yet.
I will say 100%. James Gunn shot this movie like people know who Superman and Lex Luthor are. 100%. He's taking that he may take that for granted.
But these overall, characters are new to us. Like, I love the again, individually, I think everything is great individually, but together it doesn't work for me. And like Superman's and Lex Luthor's confrontation, like the whole clash between them, like I wanted that to mean more. It felt one-sided. It felt like Superman, like Lex Luthor is so hell bent on destroying this guy for on all he's done for 3 years is save people.
Yeah, he hates him.
Why?
Because I can't say why, because that's going to be a major plot point.
We don't know. It's like,
I know why. I can't say why. It's a plot point.
But I'm just saying,
it's not my fault. I mean, it's James Gunn's fault for making you miss it
for such a long time, and it's so one-sided. I don't know. I feel like there needed to be more. Like, you always say this, and like we all agree, the villain has to be as on par with the hero. There has to be a point where the villain is better, and like all of Lex's people, there's no context to why they're supporting him. It's just
they're employed by him. They work for him. Like, they're his people.
Yeah,
this is corporation, Luthor Corp.
Okay, I get that, but at some point,
so they work for him. They get
at some point, there's a guy who's saving people's lives and who's a really good dude, and you're just gonna hate him because your boss hates him.
Yeah, it's kind of a
quit your job, man.
Because it's kind of like a cult, Corey. That's kind of what they bought into. They kind of buy into his whole thing. That's the whole. If you missed it, this is not. I'm not blaming. It's James Gunn's fault for not relaying that. I got it. But if you missed it, then he didn't do his job right. You're right. Then he missed it. Then he messed up, and that maybe is why I missed it.
It's like, okay, these people are following Lex Luthor blindly because they believe in him. But give me more. I need more than just like, I'm going to do it because he's my boss.
We have that in this world right now. It's kind of a parody on that.
Well, we don't need that in a movie. I'm trying to get away from that.
Just saying. But
I don't want to be confrontational. I'm just saying
I know.
This movie, and it is, again, very well, like, they did succeed in making a Superman movie.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. Terrific, what's his name?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention him. Yeah, Mr. Terrific, yeah.
He was definitely by far the best character.
Absolutely great character. I thought Nathan Fillion was a great character.
He's doing what Nathan Fillion does. He's awesome. He's always awesome.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's what you cast him, and you got what you wanted from him. And Mr. Terrific, I have no idea who that was until this movie, and I got to say, I absolutely love that character. Hawk Girl was really good. So she was really good.
Fine. She existed.
You never watched Justice League?
She existed. She was good.
Terrific was in Justice League.
Yeah.
They're doing like a society They're called the
No, I know.
Justice
I'm
Gang.
just saying, Mr. Terrific has been
This is
done
where
before.
I definitely you need to talk about spoilers to really.
I would love to do a spoiler
home.
cast on this. We will. Tony, I don't know
Some
if
of
you
the
can go
points.
see it by
No,
chance.
yeah, I'm hoping to see it this weekend. But like the thing with me, and just
me
hearing you guys debate because I haven't obviously seen it yet. But like, part of it for me is that when you have characters that are so well known and renowned and have a legacy, like decades
That's what he was
a
thinking.
legacy, like it's hard to not compare it to the things that you like or consider the best, right? And I said that about for example, Batman. When we had the Snyderverse Batman, I was just like, this isn't even my Batman because guns, blah blah blah, this and the other thing. But then I'm like, I'm looking at that, and then the rest of the Snyderverse, I'm like, look, you have the perfect outline if you want with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon series from the aughts, right, the 90s to aughts, where it's like you just take the framework. They had seasons long worth of material that had connected tissue with Amanda Waller and whatever the company was, and leading up to Luthor, literally Lex Luthor trying to take over the world, and then brought in all the Superman villains and stuff like that. And I was like, what? Look, all you had to do is follow this blueprint. You could have just picked and chosen which elements you wanted, which specific character you wanted, because it's like, okay, we just need like a brawler, we need a flyer, we need a whatever, we need a speedster, and you just fill in whoever the hell you want, just change it, right? So when you guys are having this conversation, to me, it's just like Superman and Lex Luthor. To me, it's like, or I've already seen the peak, right? I really doubt that the Superman Lex Luthor relationship is going to surpass that from the Justice League series for me, because Lex, despite being just a human, right? And that was his whole motivation there. I'm not sure if this is his motivation there, that he's talking, he's like, you represent all this, that you're better than us and that we can never achieve that, right? And that's what's his motivation to undo it, to be like, I have to beat you to prove that we are superior than Kryptonians and stuff like that. I don't know if that's how it is, but just what's Corey's saying, it's like, I just hate him, and it's like, okay, man, like, but why, right? Like, I would question that. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't get to you get the hate immediately. You just don't understand why. I mean, I kind of got it from all the stuff we know about him in the past and why he hates them, and it's confirmed later on. But it is what it is.
And that's fine. I mean, they can work on that. The important thing to me for this was making Superman relatable and likable again, because again, just
I will say, Tony, though, this is the closest Superman that we've had to the Justice League Unlimited version.
That's great.
Of Superman.
That's awesome, right?
He's a Boy Scout. He's a Boy Scout.
Right?
Yeah,
and I love that. And people think,
I think they do a great job with the Kent family and what they do with that storyline, way more than what they do with Man of Steel. It's like,
no, my superpower.
Come on,
let me die.
Can I? I mean, it's not a plot point. It's just a small, minor, little, tiny thing of what what he saves. Can I say what
sure.
he saves a squirrel in this movie?
Yeah, I heard that already.
So okay, good. I'm not spoiling much there, but I'm like, that's my point. Like, you got Man of Steel.
Yeah,
he's jumping over an exploding a gas truck into a building, and in this one, he's down to the point of saving a squirrel. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's my point.
And that's great, because to me, that's what Superman represents, right? Where he's always looking out for the little guy.
Everything, yeah.
And for me, it was really hard watching a decade long the former DCEU, where Superman is just, he's weird and he's depressed and he's not the Boy Scout. He's wondering if he should even save people, right? His dad was telling him, like, should I let those kids die? Maybe. It's like, what the fuck? Well, like, what are we talking about here? And then, just to see Marvel do Captain America, literal justice, when that's a character that, like, sure, you have a couple cartoon series where you could pick Captain America from, but for me, the MCU took Captain America and elevated that to Chris Evans' Captain America is probably the Captain America now, where it's like people say that name and that's who you think of, right? And his representation of the character, where despite everything, he was never just pro-America, like, we've never done anything wrong. Like, right from the second movie, he's like, oh shit, we can't be trusted. The government can't be trusted. Hydra's everywhere, this, that, and the other thing. And he literally goes rogue after that, especially in Civil War, right? So I'm happy to hear that, they finally nail Superman and bring him back to his roots and what the core of that character is. Because like honestly, the more I just think about the previous Superman, the more upset I get. It's even worse because you look at Henry Cavill and he is such a charismatic dude that was just given terrible material to go off of, and I'm just like, the what if, right? Where it's like, what if James Gunn had Henry Cavill to do Superman, right? Like, who knows where we would have been, right? But
I don't know.
these are the cards we have dealt.
Cornswet is actually really good. David Cornswet is excellent. The casting I thought was great, so I did enjoy that. And like Corey said, there's nothing individually you can't argue about any of it. I can see the arguments of the fractured sections of the story, because I felt that way for a little bit in the movie. But overall, I thought it was a great launching point for the universe. So we'll see. All right, Corey, anything else that you watched? Or
That was the big thing. Wouldn't say anything else.
All right.
Stands out.
Tony?
Nah, nothing. That was the way.
Well, Superman did leave the box office. It did 125 domestic, a great start, third best launch I think for a movie, or fourth best for 2025 for the domestic box office. It has outgrossed entire runs of Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam, the entire runs for those in one weekend. That being said, it has had a piss poor international launch. It is, and if it's the movie not selling itself, or if it's the brand destruction that we've had, I don't know. We don't know. But it only did 95 million worldwide, internationally. I'm sorry.
That is concerning.
Internationally. And that is more concerning than the fact. So it did 220.
I mean, how widespread was the release internationally? That's also a factor.
It hit all the biggest markets.
Hit the big markets right away.
All right. Yeah. Well, in that case, that's disappointing.
Like we're talking all of Europe.
Because like Jurassic World, what killed it internationally, and like kind of fell short a little bit domestically. I mean, whereas this is the opposite.
These numbers that you see, a great run for this now is like 600.
Yeah, we're
because of these numbers.
Yeah,
that's a great run. You're looking more in the fives. You're in the fives here, I think. I think that's really the more realistic. Low, maybe 550 is pretty good, but great is 600 here, and that's disappointing. I'm sure they're happy with it.
Maybe the word of mouth will go, because I mean it's getting very positive reviews. A lot of people are liking it. I think there is a contingent of people that are bashing it just to bash it, because that's what they, the Snyder first people, obviously. But overall seems like it's very positive, and it is a better launching point for what they're trying to do than
for sure.
What we had with Man of Steel.
I think when we look about it, like we had a great domestic opening, at least relative to how the box office is performing these days, and superhero movies in general. I mean, you even look at like Thunderbolts, right, which we all liked, or New Avengers, whatever you want to call it. That was a great movie, and it didn't really pan out in the box office, and so I think it's a combination. Just there is some superhero fatigue, right, after 25 years of it, which is a hell of a run. And it's still going strong, but you look at last year's Deadpool and Wolverine, and that did over $1 billion at the box office, being an R-rated movie. I really think it just goes to show, though, like my speculation here is that it's brand damage, right? Because I can hear people being like, "Oh, another Superman already!" Like just once you have failure, it's really hard to get rid of that stench, right?
Because and it's crazy because we had a Superman movie in a very long time.
Yeah,
like Man of Steel is the last real Superman, Superman only movie, right?
Yeah. So it's a combination of that. I feel also Superman in general is a very American rooted character, obviously. Even though I mean he's well known, recognized internationally, but the character is American. He represents the American farmer dream, I guess, or family, whatever you want to call it. Farmer boy from
Middle America,
Middle
Kansas.
America, that goes on to save people. But like he's very American, and that's not a bad thing, right? But the state of the world right now, I don't think America is very popular. So I actually do think there is some real world influence there. Because and I'll be kind of weird about this and say it's because he doesn't wear a mask, right? Like if you look at like Wolverine and Deadpool. Batman, they all wear masks and cowls, so I think it's actually easier for people to buy that. It's like, oh, this could be like a European or an Asian or
Could be
whatever.
someone that looks like me or
Right,
whatever.
exactly, because they can hide behind the mask. Superman is like, clearly white, chiseled, blah blah blah. So I do think there's some bleed out there. For the performance itself, like 600 tops is it's really
Yeah,
not great.
That's the best.
And
I don't think they're making that.
the thing I have to hope there is that James Gunn was able to convince everybody that, hey, look, we're not getting $1 billion. Get that out of your mind. Like, we have to save the brand. We have to do baby steps to get back up, so we can start doing those $1 billion. Because nobody. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago I asked. None of us thought this would do $1 billion. I think 800 was the pie in the sky.
I was hoping for like 750. 8 is where I was thinking. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. But
so I'm really hoping James Gunn and the number crunchers, the bean counters, whatever you're gonna call them at WB/DC was like, look, we got to do some damage control. We gotta make.
Well, that's the thing.
Quality movies.
I think there's a lot more data. There's a lot more information within the data, and I think that they're looking at how well this holds this next week. Because now Fantastic Four is going to screw this whole thing up, but a good hold next weekend, because there's nothing out against it except for Jurassic World. If it has a good drop, like a 49%, 50% drop, that's a telling tale that you've made something that's good. You've got to build the brand back to get the people back, and I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm still expecting like a 55-60% drop minimum.
You're probably not wrong. I'm hopeful for one because the word of mouth has been very good.
I think it was Deadline that usually does the audience breakdown, and from what I gathered, because I read it earlier, I just don't remember definitively. The split I saw was 2/3 of the audience was men and 1/3 was women, which is kind of bad. In terms of like, you look at movies that had good legs and stuff, and they're typically closer to 50-50. That's what you really want.
I think. I listen. James Gunn has a vision with it, and I think Supergirl next year could do really well. Like I have a feeling. I have this weird vibe. Wait till the bold predictions. Wait till the bold predictions, folks. I've got a feeling. We'll see, but I do think that aspect, you're not wrong there. 2/3, 1/3, and that'll be a lot more even with Supergirl. And I think that what they put in this movie, I can't. Never mind. Spoiler cast. We have to talk about. We'll talk about stuff, but so we'll see about that. That was the number one movie. Like I said, Jurassic World Rebirth at 40 million. Still, it's done really well internationally. That movie, so it's at 537 worldwide. They will still make Jurassic World movies going forward. I promise you, folks.
Absolutely.
It keeps coming because you keep seeing them. This is like GTA 5 all over again. We keep re-releasing it because you keep buying it. But F1 the movie that's another international competition right there, by the way. That's doing very well internationally. So the box office internationally has got a lot of competition for this movie. Where Tony, like you said, it's not a huge international draw. It's more of a American superhero kind of thing. And then Ilio and How to Train Your Dragon. So that's your box office. Like I said, nothing this week. Fantastic Four is coming soon. That's going to do really well. Let's get into some news, though. We'll continue with Superman, so we don't have to change subject, really. I talked about the numbers. I will say that James Gunn has kind of hinted the fact that a couple times now on Twitter, saying that, like, when's Superman 2 coming? And his answer was define Superman 2. And then the next thing was DCU is building towards a big event that is not what anyone thinks after Superman. If people watch the next season of Peacemaker, they'll see a lot of these things where these things are going.
I really dislike him saying define Superman 2. Like,
yeah, I know.
Why?
You can't can you do a world's finest movie like this? Can you do that to the audience after?
No, I'm saying, like, we already had this situation. Where's Man of Steel 2? Like, what ever happened to that? And so, are we just gonna follow that blueprint then? Like, why say that?
I hope not.
At the beginning of this podcast, there needs to be a proper sequel planned. I agree with you, Corey. I absolutely agree with you. So,
because that's the thing, absolutely agree. They're just fast tracking the whole connected universe again, and I mean that's one of the things I am worried about because the reviews I read, like a couple of them did talk about like there's so many superheroes in this, and it's like
it's not overfull though. I didn't feel like it was bloated. I didn't.
James
Corey, did you get that
Gunn
vibe?
does a great job of
Yeah.
giving characters time and moments to shine,
Yeah.
except for Hawkgirl. But uh, I don't
thought
think
she
it
was
was
fine.
overcrowded. I just think it was disjointed.
Yeah,
So,
it was a little. Yeah, but it wasn't overcrowded. That one I can. I can say
I
easily.
think it could have gone much worse for sure.
Yeah. Well, I will say that on the positive side, sticking to the DC universe, possibly. Director Takashi Yamazaki from Godzilla Minus One was visiting the studios. He had dinner with James Gunn. Clearly, there's a pitch here for something. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but there's clearly a work together kind of pitch happening. And there was a rumor about that. If you remember, like a month ago, there was a rumor about this.
I think you're reading into that too much. Personally,
I don't know.
Dude, this is just like when they're like, Hideo Kojima's at the Blizzard office or something like that. It just when people are in town and they're able to visit, they love to do that.
When you have like directors who are very successful and other directors who are very successful, and you appreciate the art, you want to talk about it with each other. You have dinner. Was he visiting DC or was he visiting James Gunn?
No, he visited DC studios and then he had dinner with James Gunn.
Was James Gunn giving him a tour so that afterwards they would have dinner? I mean, that's the thing. Who knows?
We don't know the context. We don't know the context.
People, I think I agree with Tony. People are reading into it a little bit. I'd be interested to see if he does something, but I'd much rather have him focus on what he wants to do and not be limited to big studio.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think you're reading into it too much. I mean, because the thing is, James Gunn was even said on an interview, like somehow, even though this movie was being filmed 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, whatever it was. Like Godzilla Minus One, influences me. I'm like, how the fuck did it influence this movie? I can't say I haven't seen it, but I was just like, I thought that was a weird line to say. I was like, okay, James, yeah, sure.
Maybe he's like Jeff Keighley.
I mean, the editing
good
process
friends with this guy, just hypes him up like crazy.
So,
what's that?
I mean, editing process takes a while, and so you can make edit changes, and the way you cut stuff can be influenced by another film.
Sure, and I mean, maybe it's cuts or stuff, but I thought it was like kind of like, well, how was it influenced exactly? What are you talking like? Are you? I know there's like a kaiju thing at some point in the movie. I was like, is that it? Like, is James Gunn asking him to like do like, hey, direct a kaiju sequence for the next Superman movie? That I could believe, but like for him to be like, hey, come do an entire movie, that I find very, very
fair enough,
very unlikely. But we'll see.
I'm hopeful, but fair enough. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's move on from DC. Finally, we'll talk about some reboots happening. Scrubs. Do you remember the Scrubs series?
Of course.
Zach Braff, Donald Faison.
I hate Zach Braff. I hate that.
Sarah Chalk was the other girl.
I have no reaction on that. I think he has a punchable face. I don't know why.
You're basically Lex Luthor in this movie. There's no reason for me to hate this guy. I just do.
Yeah.
Something about your face. I don't like it. So ABC has picked up the reboot of Scrubs. So it's basically a continuation of the show. Those 3 are coming back, confirmed. So we'll see. I do like that they got those.
Or a continuation.
I saw it. I saw this announced as a reboot.
Is it like The Office?
It's kind of is, but it's those 3 coming back with new staff. So it's a continuation of that.
Or are they now the veteran trainers that are all disgruntled? And
that's what I've got from what I'm seeing from the early stuff that I read. But we will see. I did like Scrubs. It's kind of a weird mix of comedy and super sad like stories. It's a weird vibe. But I did like that show. So we'll see. Let's see. Did you know you can buy Odyssey? The movie, The Odyssey. You can buy tickets for that next week if you have a 70mm IMAX screen by you. They're pre-selling these movie tickets a year in advance for this movie. That is crazy.
The trailer just came out.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that they're selling tickets that early for it. But it's
Punisher and Spider-Man are in it.
I think there's like 5, like in this area. I think there's like 3 or 4 theaters that can sell those tickets. So there's not a lot of competition. So that's why I think they're pre-selling them so early. They're going to be sold out pretty quick. Like your biggest area is California, but I think there's 3.
I don't know, man. Like that's weird.
I'm saying you're going to sell out of these pretty quick. Who's buying them a year in advance?
Yeah, you're right, but I don't know why. But
that's weird to me. It's like, hey man, do you know you want to see this movie at this weekend next year?
No,
I'd be like, no.
There's no chance. We know. We don't know that. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't fucking give you that answer.
But it's not for me. It's for people that want to see the 70mm. I guess the 70mm, the super size screen. So we'll see. Let's see. Oh, the golden. I already talked about that in the beginning here. Lastly, I've got the Harry Potter TV show is filming. They actually released some screenshots from the cast. Harry Potter was holding the action sign. The kid was playing him, and they actually showed a picture of Nick Frost as Hagrid. So we got to see the character who looks very much identical, to the previous Hagrid. So, but
They
I will
both
say Harry
look very
Potter.
similar.
Yeah, well,
It's
they're gonna
just,
look similar.
it's weird because you look at them side by side, both of these pictures. For me, I'm like, something seems a little off. This just doesn't seem right.
Something's, yeah.
And
But
we
he
got to
looks
see it in
so much
action
like it.
again.
Yeah,
Remember,
we
like
do.
pictures can never judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So,
can judge.
but it's
Harry
going on.
Potter.
Production has started. It's going. So we'll see.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the news, guys. For the movie cast. So that's gonna wrap it up. We'll be on the Gamecast shortly, so stay tuned for that if you're watching this live. If not, YouTube, like I said, has all the content. Make sure you subscribe so you know when we post everything. We will see you guys on the Gamecast. We are out.